It's how legends are made. Life, low life, life, Supertrife, life.
This is probably the most challenging record you have ever put on your turntable.
You ain't about that life.
Man, salute.
Salute.
You know what up, dog?
What up, shit? What's good,
Man,
baby?
it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back. You know, the people been requesting us, you know, for us to come back live more often. So, you know, it's a beautiful thing to kind of come through. You know, salute to the chat, man. You know, everybody, y'all go get yourselves some snacks. Go get yourselves some refreshment. We got a real good show ahead of y'all for today. Elevated me, salute, fam. Definitely see you, me too. Let me see who else. Everybody else, as y'all start to come in, y'all know before we start any show, what I like to do is I always like to pay homage to those individuals who lost their lives. So if you lost a loved one, to all the Lodies and Lodettes and anybody who lost a loved one, or if your loved one is locked inside the belly of the beast, this is the moment where we take a moment of silence just to commemorate them, to make sure that their legacy lives on. So we're going to take a brief moment of silence and then we'll get on with the show. Salute. Salute, fam. Appreciate you pulling up. Man, we got a good one ahead of y'all today, man.
You know, somebody that's, you know, a part of the culture, and then branched out and started his own movement and thing and stuff. And you know, y'all see what it is in the film and the movie industry and stuff. So you know how we are. This is what we do here. You know, we just show light and support and, you know, help our brothers and sisters that are doing things in the culture and the movement. You know, that's for anybody that's doing something. If y'all doing something, tap in with one of us, me, Chip, or Big Man, and, you know, let us know what's going on. Like, look, play, I got this going on. You know, I got that going on right now. I'm the coach. And if we see, you know, we notice that you've been recognized, that you have been doing your 1-2, even if you haven't, just come through. If you want to come and get on the platform and speak your truth, speak some knowledge about what's going on, about your history, or just about your music, you know, whatever it is, just holler at us and come through, you know.
Plus, we want to put an end to that stigma of, well, they only invite people on Supertrife when it's negative. That is not what we're about. That is nowhere near shape, form, or fashion why we built these platforms. These platforms is for us to be able to promote and network globally. Any one of the platforms you see us on, any time our name is associated, we're a whole brand. A lot of these channels, we're business owners, so we have LLCs and nonprofits behind a lot of these this programming. So there's no way, shape, form, and fashion that we always want to promote negativity. Any inspiring person that if you're good at editing and you always want to get into film, this is the person you're gonna want to talk to. You want to chop it up with this brother. Take the time, find out about his films. We're gonna dive into some of the films that he put out, some of the documentaries that he put out. Let me shout the chat out. Tiff take salute, Barry salute, Monique salute. Who else? Jane, I see you, fam. Man, I appreciate y'all for y'all pouring in. Marv, salute. Tim Lowe, salute, fam.
Timmy.
Again, we definitely anybody that's doing something positive, we will bring you on any one of the platforms to promote you. We will promote your channel. We'll promote whatever you're particularly doing. If you selling whatever, we'll promote it. We have no problem sharing the love. Hey, Pooh, salute, fam. again, some of these movies that Victorious is behind. Hopefully, y'all seen some of them. If not, it's a good time to check out his catalog. Man, listen, man, I appreciate you because I know one of the hardest working people on the planet. I just appreciate you for pulling up, popping through.
Yeah,
That's a beautiful thing. Man,
salute.
shout out to the people in the bushes too, man. If you're in the bushes, salute to you. We appreciate y'all just as well, man. Doc,
Word.
you know what? You know
Yep.
what? Being that I got you, per se, because you, from what I know, you the one nice behind the camera. You the UI editor. We still need to get you in the magazine and so on and so forth. But if you don't mind sharing with the people, I guess what drew you to camera working or getting behind us filming per se.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Well, Tim Lowe, what up, baby? I see you. Listen, honestly, before I got locked up, we wasn't really picture takers back in the days. It was like, I used to be back in the day. That's why a lot of those pictures they see of class dudes in the 40 dudes, it was on 40 dudes. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times it really wasn't in the hood like that. Dudes really ain't pull out the camera because back in the days, dudes was doing they want to. So it wasn't really about take pictures. It came on. That came a little bit later. But what happened was some people was a little ahead of the time, which was like the guy that kind of made me look at it when I was locked up was Ryan. Shout out to Ryan Lowe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Ryan and Little, R.I.P. Little, you know what I mean? But Ryan,
FA.
yeah, that's that FAP, you know me?
No doubt.
That's family. So when Ryan, he got locked up because we wasn't on it like that. You might see a picture here and there. Dude might have, whoever had the camera at the time on the block, won't. But when Ryan got locked up, we up in the joint. This like 94, 95. We up in the joint. He came through. I'm like, he got mad pictures. And he got pictures of him sitting on Benzes, because remember, we had them toys back in the day, but a lot of people wasn't really with the taking the pictures of it. Like, you're literally going to get a camera, then coming outside. Because back in the
That's me cutting out.
Huh?
Put a one in the chat. Is that me cutting out, or is that Darkman cutting out?
Yeah.
Hey, fun, salute. Dave, salute, fam. Appreciate you pulling up.
So
Real
yes,
I see you, fam.
Yeah. Salute to the chat for sure. They out there.
I don't know. We might have lost Dark for a minute.
Yo, you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, I thought you said you lost me. I can hear you. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
I'm trying to find out from the chat. Is it me? Am I buffering? Is that me or is that is that on Darkman? Anyway, either way.
So I was sitting there, and then Ryan comes in the spot, and he had mad pictures in the pen. We in green. He's showing us mad pictures he was taking. I'm like, yo. He said, yeah, we was going to get the camera, and I'm just taking pictures. Days come. I'm like, wow. See what I'm saying? Dudes like that was kind of ahead of their time, whereas they was able to see all the stuff they was basically getting back in the day. They can show you like, yo, some people just had the stories or a few pictures, but Ryan had mad pictures. So I was on that time like, all right, cool. That's what I said, yo. When I get home, I'm going to make sure I memorize and memorize all my time I'm out there. Just make sure I make memories and take it and capture it and go. So when I came home, big man, everybody will tell you, like a lot of pictures you may have seen with dudes, like you see a picture with everybody in the Garvey with the RL sweaters on, and everybody had the RL. Some dudes had the RL sweater zipped up together and all that. That was me taking that picture in 99, 2000 and stuff. I wasn't in that. I was just taking the pictures, because I was the one running around with the camera. And I was like, yo, take a picture. Everybody get together. I was just taking the moments and stuff like that. So as I started growing, I was doing that. But then, time went on. Then the culture was moving and growing. But we wasn't really, from the John, we wasn't really in it how we was in it now. You know what I mean? We loads and stuff, but they was doing events and stuff. In the time we were still in the streets and doing our 1-2, so events was being held like for Rack and Thurston. They was holding events and stuff. And then when we found out the events was popping, Oh, okay, yo, we coming to the events now. Who won't? So we start integrating ourselves into the events and stuff, being that we OGs, you gonna come through and see what's up. So we start coming through, seeing what's up. I start noticing we taking pictures, but nobody really documenting the time we here together. Like nobody got the movements of us. Like it's cool to have a picture of us standing there still, but it's more nicer when you see like the classic video for the culture is that classic video with Boost and Billy. You know what I mean? Cat Mike going in the hallway, videotaping everybody, Ralph Lowe, B Bob, you know what I'm saying? Coming, I mean, dudes in the hallway and he bugging with them and stuff and laughing.
Listen, this is a classic. This is a classic time because during this time frame, like first of all, a lot of us we wasn't into social media.
Mhm.
Our names was our social media. Whatever your whatever your name is, it rang bells in the area. So I didn't see a need for social media at that time. When
Yeah.
I first, came on MySpace and turned around and got on Facebook and all the stuff, this was foreign to me. I regretted not having some of the pictures from back in the day, some of the glory day pictures. Luckily, my sisters and them, they did send me mad pictures when I was in the feds and when I touched green, so on and so forth. So I still got some of those pictures. And then when I came home, it was like it was up. It was like it's time to put your money where your mouth is and started buying homes and flipping money and so on and so forth. So it was a good thing. Man, shout out to the chat, man. We appreciate every single one of y'all.
But like I said, I was, to finish off, it's just more on when I seen the events was being held and nobody was taking pictures. I said, you know what? Let me get into this film and let me start going to these events and taping these events and doing that. And so that's what had me start getting behind the camera and stuff. Everybody was taking their pictures, but we was more, I was like, you know what? Let me start videotaping it. And for me, videotaping, I said, you know what? Let me start a podcast. Let me just do something with this equipment other than just coming to these events and taping that and that. I said, let me start a podcast and see what's going on. I tried out a person or two. And then, you know what? My boy God the Lifer came through and me and him just start chopping it up ever since. And we just start doing our 1-2 politics as usual on the Thasessiontv. And we just start going from there. That was like, 2015 or 14 or something like that.
And
You know what I mean?
that drive inspired me. Like that, me sitting down, it was like yo, Darkman, they on, so it must be something cool. Let me jump on and I started I actually got with Velo in it, but I'll get into that story later on.
But see, it's more about, for me, it's more like we said, it's more about leaving footprints too. You know what I mean? Like people know you can probably make money off this, that, and the third, but we not making no money off this like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, for me, it's more of just making sure I leave some type of footprint in the sand for people to go back and check out if they want to know who Dark was or who Darky Dark or Darkman Lo was from SJP. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yo, we can go on YouTube, we can see what he's about and see how, his interactions, what he was talking about, and they can judge from their perspective of who a cat is or who the dude was. So that's more like, I mean, make sure just leaving the footprints, and plus it's plus for my kids, for the future, kids and grandkids, they could see grandpa some type of way. If I'm not here, they'd be like, oh, that was your grandpa, that's your granddad. So it's all about documenting, man, and leaving a legacy for yourself, man.
Any one of the mods, if y'all can drop Dark's channel, the Thasessiontv, I would greatly appreciate it. Whatever channel y'all watching this from. Without further ado, man, we have the award-winning. I was the Academy. Let me give him a grand, the grand finale entrance. This gentleman has not only paved the way for the culture, but for life itself. A lot of stories, a lot of documentaries that he is responsible and that he's behind truly embellishes us, us as not only as low lives but as African American males. So if you have not seen any of his films or his documentaries, there's a fine time we're gonna have him come up here and drop his spill. This is, like I said, this is a brother. This is a family. This is by all means
No
our
doubt.
award. It's not too often that you can reach out to a producer or someone in film,
Mm-hmm. Film
and then
director that's accomplished in some, in
man,
some type
listen,
of atmosphere, type of degree, whereas they can point you in a way or, help you out and do, you know what I mean? And help you out in some type of way, like, yo, you can go this way and make it happen, or go that way and, help you over them hurdles, man. Word up.
no doubt. So
But
hold on,
yeah.
let me drop put your thing on the bottom. To the so without further ado, we got the good brother Victorious, man.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, salute,
Hey,
salute,
thanks for the intro.
salute, man.
I appreciate
Man.
the intro. Pardon self for not being here eight on the dot. But it was good hearing you, Doc. You know what I'm saying, build on that and the journey, because me and you had built about doing mad stuff together. You know what I'm saying? Past whatever amount of years. So this is always a platform. Whatever you got involved in, I want to be involved in as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, good brother Victorious, you know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna make something happen in the future with, with things going down, you know what I mean? As soon as we get everything, all cross all the T's and dot all the I's and stuff, and we get things situated, we definitely gonna lay something down. It's definitely gonna be Victorious and ULL, Dark, some type of collaboration going on in the future. So you could definitely, stay tuned for that for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we definitely need to put our bid in early on the ULL documentary per se.
What's interesting. I don't know how long ago it was, but Big Man had hit me up on Facebook. Like, I'm gonna call it over a decade ago. Like, I think there was like a URL website or platform or something like that, where he was trying to gather everybody in the community. It's like, hey, what do you do? What do you do? And so it's like really long awaited. And it's already cemented. You know what I mean?
Yeah, cause that was around the time probably when we were just, reaching out to brothers, just seeing what they do. So when we move forward, we can network and we know who doing what. So we ain't have to outsource and go somewhere else and find out, like, hold on, my brother Victorious do that, or my brother D over there do that. Let me link up with them and let's, make it happen instead of going outside the culture, keep it in the family. So we just networking and find out who do what. Because, when you come around, you don't know everybody's skills or what they may do. Some people may be hot in them, but not knowing they can be that editor or sit there, being there, coming through, be a photographer or something for the culture, or sit there and say, I got some connects and I can get y'all some funding for this event, for that event, because y'all giving back for this and that. So, it's just, it's all about that right there.
No doubt, man. We definitely got some questions for you.
Got answers.
Y'all smash the like button, man. It's not too often that you get celebrities to come through and we gotta listen. We're gonna appreciate ours, because at the end of the day, if we was doing negative, they would have quickly acknowledged all the negative we was doing. So now we're doing positive. When a brother take it to another level, film, once you get into that realm, you got a foot in the door. Just like a meow for me, like where it's at, we in. You know what I mean? You got the door, but let's go. So, again, and it's a lot of people on the team who are content creators that want to get into film. So some of these questions is really for them. It's really to help them per se pursue their dreams and so on and so forth.
And y'all in the chat too. If y'all got a question or something, just ask us, put in the chat. We're scrolling up, we'll see it. For sure.
Yeah.
In chat, please assume, chat, that I'm not paying too much mind in the chat, so don't say nothing to me. But if you do, tell me your real name so I know who it is. But I'm gonna be focused on these two gentlemen right here.
No doubt. Let me pull some of these. Let me pull these.
I'm about to join the chat though.
these questions.
Or somebody.
All right. Whenever y'all ready, all right. So first question.
Yes, sir.
What was the moment you realized filmmaking wasn't just a talent, it was your purpose?
I would say that honestly, filmmaking, I don't know if it is my purpose. You know what I mean? I like, I'm really talented at it. It does pay here and there, pays some bills, but I have so much different creativity. Like I do music as well. I don't know, but I could tell you when I start taking this seriously. I can tell you that.
Okay.
I had a short film that I did 2016. It was called Love Seat. It was like a 4-minute silent film, and I already did 2 films before that. One of them was called Dirty Hearts, and Dirty Hearts, they had my brother Uni was in Dirty Hearts. Beck had a small non-verbal role in Dirty Hearts. My man Dello was the star of Dirty Hearts. Angelo Salazar from RBC. So one, fellas was already down, you know what I mean, with my beginning in the film joint. Anyway, so boom, my third film, Love Seat, I showed it to somebody who I ain't gonna say they a hater, but they just that one friend that's gonna be super critical for no reason and all of that. I said, all right, let me let this person see that. Let's see what they say about it. And I remember they was like, yo, you a good DJ, but you're a filmmaker. And I said, damn, you know, if the half a hater really feel that way, then I'm a go in. I had already won an award for Dirty Hearts. A lot of the fellas came through from Low Lights and RBC. I already won an audience award. So I was like, all right, this is something that I could do because I don't know what else I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else I'm going to do with myself. Yes, that's it. So I'm still, bro, I'm still, it's been like 12, 15, I don't know. It's been maybe 12, 13 years. And I'm still like flying off the seat of my pants, trying to, you know, what you say, I eat what I kill with it. So I haven't really saddled into like, oh, this is my purpose. Or, oh, I'm just like, all right, what's the next project? What's the next film? So I know I didn't answer that question directly, but
No,
I'm sure you guys are shipping that though.
Spectacular to me. Second question.
Right, cool, let's do it.
Growing up,
Yeah.
who were the storytellers or filmmakers that shaped your vision?
Right.
Was you who was like what you did? Was you like a guy who you know when you watch a movie, did you watch the credits to watch the director who did the movie, you know, those, and was your angle? Or you know how some people sit there like me, I got a habit now, ever since I get behind the edit, I got a habit of now watching how people edit things now on TV. Like when I'm watching them shows with my wife, those, you know, the Love and Hip Hops and the Joinskis and all them, how they be editing it, I'd be like, bet. That scene they just showed us, that was an earlier scene. They just replayed it back. You know, this, or they, you know, it just, those are things I look at. How was that? Was that one of the angles you took, or you was just, you know what I mean, in it? Was, you know what I mean, you look at movies, when you looked at further than just the movie itself and the actors.
Yeah, not growing up, you know, I would say I can tell you what I was watching though. And not necessarily who. I didn't really pay mind to who was doing it. I know what I was seeing. I know that it's a mixture between LA Law and Goodfellas, where I really like legal stuff and crime dramas. And when I was going to my junior high school notebook, I saw like in 7th grade, I wrote a script. It was like a mafia script, you know what I mean? Because I had a lot of those books in my household due to my father, you know, was really into that type of stuff, you know, my family really. And so I would say a lot of books that I read this, Wise Guys, which is the book that Goodfellas came from. And I read The Godfather maybe more times before I even seen the movie The Godfather. But when I started actually making films myself, it was kind of like the opposite. It was more so things that I was not seeing. So the film Dirty Hearts I spoke about earlier, that was just about being from East Flatbush and being Panamanian, and just different things that I seen and things that was in my life. I haven't seen anyone really do my life, really. And so a lot of my films, I find different through lines to where I can relate to it, because there's no one there. Now, as a personality, I like Antoine Fuqua, who did Training Day and I think Brooklyn's Finest. I like Antoine Fuqua because he's from the hood. He's from Pittsburgh. He's from the Hill District. He went through a lot of stuff in the hood, and so I was like, I could relate to this person because he comes from an environment where you might not necessarily make it, you know what I mean? And so he was able to make films about the hood, but also he did King Arthur, you know what I'm saying, as well. So I always look at him as like a measuring point of what I'm able to do. But I'm lying to you. I'm fucking lying. You know who it was? Matty Rich. My bad. Forget all that. And when I say lying, they're gonna be like, he said he's lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying like I'm just, you know what I mean? Straight out of Brooklyn. 1991. Straight out of Brooklyn. I remember my moms and other parents got us together to watch Straight Out of Brooklyn. I think at that point I'm maybe 15. I don't know how old I am, but they told me that a 19-year-old made that. And even though I didn't go right into film with that, that always stayed in my mind, like Matty Rich, Straight Out of Brooklyn. Then he went and did Inkwell, then he was gone. But a 19-year-old from Real Hill Projects did that thing, and I was like, all right. In the back of my mind, it's like, I could do that. And even as an adulthood, even nowadays, I look at Matty Rich as like, yo, he did that though. You know what I mean? For like, he maxed out his credit cards and he sold all his stuff and all that and went around and he started his thing. And the dude, Larry Gilmore, the dude, Lawrence Gilliard, who ended up being in The Wire as D'Angelo, I think he started out, I believe, Straight Out of Brooklyn. So yeah, that is my answer.
Okay.
Matty Rich.
Matty Rich, no doubt.
Matter of fact, hold on, let me see something. I think we transfer. We got some of this joint here. I just ran across. I just remembered you said the Dirty Hearts joint. I said, hold on, let me see if, cause I remember you said Uni was in that joint.
Yeah, I gotta get that to you.
Oh, we right here. I got action.
You found it? I could have.
Yeah, I found it, baby.
I put it in Spanish. I put the Spanish subtitles. Look at that.
We can't hear it though.
No, let me see the volume.
Let's go on to getting better. But nah, Ricardo feels that he have to be in the streets. He has to do this. Fuck the streets. The streets will never do anything for us but leave us in jail or body our people. Fuck the streets, man. But nah, that's what Ricardo wants to do. He wants to do it. This is Ricardo's way. But I'm telling Ricardo, relax. We got this. Big and better business.
The home team.
That's the team, you know what I mean? Listen, man. Let me see. Y'all see this, the Dirty Hearts joint. Y'all need to, you know what I mean? A couple good brothers up in there. Look, you know what I mean? That's what y'all go check it out. Go online and check it out. Search it up, you know what I mean? And get that man.
Dirty Heart. Where could it be found at?
I don't know, dog. Where you find that, dog? I didn't even know it was. That on YouTube, Facebook.
You know, you got it's on Facebook. What's this? It's Dirty Hearts. You see it? Let me see if they see the name Dirty Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
What's this? Cornerzono full version.
Same Dirty Hearts in Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Letting y'all know, y'all should go and watch this. Yo, what else is on there? Oh shit! Watch this like the next couple of days before I take it down on Facebook. It's coming down on Facebook. Watch
that's it right there. So you know what I mean.
So, I that joint, I don't never watch that joint, and whenever I would go to different regional film festivals, and when we say regional film festival, we mean not like a big one, but it might be like the Brooklyn whatever film festival or the Gary, Indiana, whatever, blah blah. Anyway, so I always have to walk out watching that piece right there is a little bit too it's too much for me.
But that's your baby.
Well, not even that, bro. Like it should be it be just be like real life shit. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like it don't come from like nowhere. You know what I mean? It don't come from like I just had a dream one day, it'd be like real life, you know what I mean? And I take parts of myself and friends and all that, and I put it in the thing, and I just recall whenever it would be screening, I would have to walk out. I probably little dust in my eye, little gangster tears, something like that, because these is real people that's not here no more, or you know, the dedication that I had. So that scene right there, it was, so Uni's part was Uni talking about how he's trying to tell his brother to get out the street. So, and he dies. We saw I think like Beck actually kills him. So he dies, and then
They gotta go check it out.
no. So there was a whole season, but I didn't get to do it all season. But that episode, what you see is that he's just trying to just like reconcile the fact that his best friend just got killed. He's trying to let it breathe. And now his girl's like, yo, you slowing up money, like what you doing? Like, go ahead, handle that. He's like, yo, I need a minute though. You know what I mean? And the whole film is about like him trying to reconcile with the idea of revenge. I think the tagline was revenge versus redemption. Because for me, a while ago, revenge was a heavy theme for me in my personal life, and just like how there's some people that understand and some that don't, how it feel like to have revenge as not just an option for you, but it be an obligation or a burden for you, right? And then if you can't even get it, then what happened? Where does all that shit go? You know what I mean? So that's what that was about. It's pretty heavy, right? So I was like, I don't want to about that shit. But
you're right. You don't get no revenge. Where all that anger gonna go? Where it's going?
Right. You know, you gotta let it go. Let that what if you can't let it go, right? So that's what that film was about.
I got
the first award I got, and you know,
I definitely got a couple of your films, or a couple, not only your films but your documentaries. So, one question for you is, a lot of your work, you preserve stories that America tries to forget. Why is it important to you to document these moments?
Oh yeah,
these are not that I'm surprised, but these are good questions that have me think a little bit. I just bought some time with that one.
Because you know you did.
Bro,
you got two more. You got two of them. Well, like three.
I'm from East Flatbush. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And that's a name brand within our community, but within the world, it's not. And so for me, when a lot of people see, like I produced the film about Yusuf Hawkins, right? Yusuf Hawkins, obviously, that is a person whose name rings bells because of that tragedy and how it just shaped society. But Yusuf Hawkins, before he was living in East New York, he was from Clarkson. He's from Clarkson and Rogers. You know what I'm saying? When I heard down, like, oh snap, Clarkson and Rogers. Jackie Robinson lived on Tilden in the 50s. You know what I'm saying? So for me, the Easter egg is always going to be some Flatbush shit, and whatever I do, it could be a great thing. But it's like when I grew up knowing that Special Ed lived, you know, in the neighborhood, or his grandmother lived like down the block, whatever. I remember that pride, right? Or UTFO is there and this one is there, you know what I mean? And find out Prance lives over there from Jiggy. There's that pride helped a lot of people in my era just like, you know what I mean, get through. And so I wanted to be that for people in my community as much as possible in the film game. And so that's that. Also, I consider myself to be revolutionary, right? Right now, I'm a revolutionary artist. Tony Cade Bambara said that the job of the artist is to make revolution irresistible, right? And so at this point in time, I ain't finna be throwing out no Molotov cocktails, nothing like that. It's not what we do out here, right? We follow all the laws over here. I'm Supertrife and PAU and locked in. That's what we do. We follow laws, right? You know, so in this day and age, I look to find how could I make my contribution through art, right? Even if it's a love story, how could it be a revolutionary love where it's something that people need to hear about, need to witness? So it's kind of like making my mark, making my mark in the world in a way that I never thought was possible. But seeing that, I think especially after doing documentaries and helping families reconcile with their loved ones who might not be there no more, or the whole controversy with the Yusuf Hawkins Hot 97 thing. You know, just find like, damn. So we just doing things that's just like changing things,
Wait,
and you
said
just yeah, you know, you just keep on like wanting to do things like that, and people look at me and be like, hey, help come aboard with this project. But only thing is that these are not the most commercially lucrative projects, right? And so there has to be a way to find a balance, right? So you and I talked about a couple projects through the years, and it's all about, well, what voices are not being heard right now. And to your earlier point, when I was in the waiting room, what you gonna leave behind? You know what I mean? As long we don't know if the internet gonna be forever. We thought a lot of things would be here forever. We don't know, but as long as the internet is here, and DVDs and CDs and all that, then our words are gonna be here. These are our time capsules, right? And then when people look back at 2025, those who made that content will be the ones that's living forever. They gonna be like, oh yeah, I know this was a great show. They must have did this show, you know, Thasessiontv, whatever. That must have been the biggest show ever. They don't know none. They just see, wow, 1,000 people watched it, and that, you know what I mean. So again, a lot of my shit is I'm from East Flatbush. You know, I feel like a forgotten town within Brooklyn, and marginalized and hated by some for different reasons. And I'm always looking for a way to just be an ambassador for good. Ambassador for good.
Yeah. Right. Well, you know, we touched on Yusuf Hawkins.
Hold on, you know, if we gonna touch on, hold on, let me see something here. Let me see, because they gotta know, like I said, we got somebody up here, we gotta, you know, so they acknowledge and know what's going on here, that this ain't just, you know, this somebody about culture of our ilk that's with us, that's doing this one too. So, you know, I like, you know, showing love to the bro. You see, he on, look at this, Rotten Tomatoes. They gave him 86%. You know what I mean? You know, it's hard to get big numbers over there.
Yeah.
This that Yusuf Hawkins. We gonna get to that action, man. Let them get, you know what I mean? They gonna go and they gotta go and buy it, and you know what I mean, go view it on their own, go to the, you know what I mean? But just go Google it, Yusuf Hawkins, Storm Over Brooklyn.
Yusuf, he had that little spark in him. He inspired his brothers. I saw it early on. My cousin's going places.
Damn, it's crazy.
People in this post-Obama era want to look at New York in the 80s and 90s in the lens of today, don't quite understand that the racial divisions were over the top.
Bensonhurst made people say, New York is like that.
As he stopped, a bunch of white guys came around the corner, surrounded us.
Next thing I know, I hear gunshots.
Bailey Avenue and 20th Avenue. Somebody just got shot. A bunch of white boys just shot a black guy.
I gotta ask you flat out, who killed Yusuf Hawkins?
It wasn't my friends, and it wasn't me.
My son has been tried and executed only because of the color of his skin.
This should have never happened to him.
They evaluate the evidence, they'll realize it wasn't a racial case.
You'd have to be stupid to not determine that there was a racist element.
Martin Luther King used to say, make the comfortable uncomfortable and make the uncomfortable comfortable. So I said, we should march in the neighborhood.
Oh, my boy shot all that.
One is there, and they made that known.
It's like unbelievable how people acted out.
We're not just gonna go away quietly.
We will be back, and that is a fact. One more win has taken us.
My brother's death went down. People was yelling out his name.
That's what's up.
I hit a million streams in a couple of weeks, whatever. That was really big. The trailer did. I was really proud of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what's up right there. You know what I mean? Listen, he shot all that, everything you just saw, except the old footage. We know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't shoot it. Well, I shot some of it, but I produced it. I didn't like. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying, look,
Okay.
you know what I mean? All associated with that. His name is associated all with that, and that's what's going on. That's what you want to be. You know what I mean? Listen, you're a part of that. You know what I mean? That's history right there, for sure.
That's a fact. I got another one for him then.
Here we go.
Digging for Weldon Irvine.
Mm-hmm.
Weldon Irvine is a genius. Many people never knew. What drove you to bring his legacy to the forefront?
The reason why I did that one, a friend of mine, my man G Clef, was a friend of Weldon Irvine, and at that point, I had just did the film Love's Dirty Hearts and Love Seat, and I was looking for my next thing. I was trying to do a documentary about a street organization from back in the 90s in my neighborhood, Flatbush, East Flatbush, Crown Heights, whatever. Very heavily populated organization. Please don't say nobody's name. So we had meetings about that. We was going hard, but then, you know, a couple people was like, it kind of slowed it down a little bit. It got slowed down, and people didn't really understand my worth and my value to it, because I hadn't done much. I hadn't done a documentary before, and all of my stuff was like 10 minutes long, whatnot. So it became a thing like, oh, well, my man do for real though, or my man gonna do it though. And it's like, man, you know, because all I wanted to do really was, I was trying to recreate the thing they was doing uptown, the DVDs. I was trying to do like the rich and poor DVDs. I was trying to do that for Flatbush. Again, it's gonna be, I'm a little bit too Flatbush, you know what I mean? I was trying to do that, but then luckily, fortunately, that kind of faded out because they didn't believe. And so when my homie said he knew Weldon Irvine when he was living and was close to the family, I felt like, that might be an easy way in for me to do a documentary, because he knows the family. And I found out about Weldon Irvine. I Googled, and it was like one website you could find stuff on, and I found out that he did all these things, like Weldon Irvine taught Q-Tip from A Tribe Called Quest how to play the keys or music theory. He played on Umi Says with Mos Def. He was a mentor to Mos Def and Talib Kweli, and he also wrote the lyrics to Be Young, Gifted, and Black with Nina Simone. I'm like, damn, how I don't know this guy's name. And then I go to record stores and nobody don't know who he is. And I'm going to the old record stores with the old man back there, but they don't want to know who this guy is. But he put out 6 records and had all this influence. Don't nobody know who he is. And I'm like, man, you know what I mean? That's kind of messed up. And then I found out that, you know, he died by suicide. I'm like, well, shit. Yeah, you know, I get it. You know what I mean? So that all drove me emotionally to do the thing, because I just know what it feels like to be forgotten about, or maybe not mentioned in the folklore of something that I helped create, which is, you know, that's why this show right here exists, right? You know, the same thing. It's like, man, wait a minute, y'all talking about, but y'all don't know who I am. What? And he's got, you know what I mean? So that's just part of it. So I think that everybody could probably relate in some facet to that story. And I felt like I'm gonna do it real quick, maybe 4 months. Then everybody gonna take me seriously as a filmmaker. And it took 4 years. You know what I mean? It took 4 years. I mean, because it ain't what I thought it was gonna be. And from that, I was off to the races. You know what I mean? But that won like 10, 12, whatever amount of mad awards. And I got to interview people like Q-Tip, and at that point, then the pandemic came, and then it kind of slowed me down a little bit. But that was why it was an easy access, and I felt the story. You know, suicide is a big thing to me. I have a few friends that died by suicide in the past, so it's always been like a topic that I care about. You know, if I could say, you know, my man Jerome died of suicide, you know, Master, you know, Born, Sam, my homegirl Kiko. So, you know, it's always been a thing for me. So that was that story.
All right. Get to the bag with our Skyzoo.
Mhm.
Hip hop culture is full of entrepreneurs. What message were you aiming to send with this documentary?
Yeah, so I just want to get this right. Jackie Robinson, get to the bag. Let's get that right. But yeah, with that,
Hold on. Let me see something. You know, y'all know I got the joint. Let them get a little taste of that. What's going on? They got to know. They got to go check it out. Go search it. You know what I mean? Dig it for Weldon Irvine. Let me see. Yeah.
hit the
They,
like
you know
button.
what I mean? So
Yeah,
they can know.
definitely touch the like button. You ain't gonna get not too many platforms gonna be able to bring you filmmaking entrepreneur Academy Award winning superstar.
You know, listen, all we doing, he was a part of it, has something to do with it, doing this one too. So listen, this is we here to promote him and let them know, let y'all know what's going on, especially, you know, like we saying, somebody that's doing film or doing something that nobody know about, and then we bringing this to light. They gonna be, oh, I ain't know, oh, snap, I ain't even know. Yo, homie did that. Here it is right here. Now show him support and go watch and stream his work.
I'm about to play the Weldon Irvine joint. What is this?
The artist himself
Hmm.
really define his purpose and function in terms of what he's doing, and he might have to get to really know himself for the first time.
I probably first heard of Weldon around that time, the late 60s. I heard of Weldon because he was always talked about in serious terms.
Weldon's style was quirky to some people. But man, Weldon was hearing some stuff.
He just separated himself from everything until he had those things, the knowledge of how to orchestrate music and the love for music, and then how to use it properly.
With the best musicians, there's no line between life and music. Music is life, and life is music.
To be able to exchange and speak that same language with a musician and kind of honor and respect it, no matter how haphazard it could be. Still in all, wanting to put forth that effort to have that language, and Weldon instilled that in me.
He was like the dude in the neighborhood that they all looked up to and they all learned from, and it was like a school that they all went through.
He was always thinking about the whole view of the organization, and it was beyond me. I was just trying to learn how to play the drums.
I just remember his demeanor, which was focused. That's all I can say. Focused and really serious about what he was doing.
He was saying that the times change, the music changes, but it's no less authentic.
Weldon claimed that he was doing rap before I did my King Tim III. I said, well, I don't know, you was doing spoken word, well, you was not rapping. No, I was rapping.
Weldon being on keyboard and being in the crowd eventually evolved into this transition of Weldon on the mic.
We didn't know he was this famous musician, this famous composer. He was a friend, and he would bring his son everywhere. And so I remember Weldon Jr.
I believe in you. I'm gonna be a hard ass, but I believe in you. And in the end, it's gonna all work out.
He goes, yo, I'm so sorry about your dad. Like, I can't believe he killed himself, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. That's another one. That's powerful right there, man. Listen, go check it out. Go stream my boy joint. If you can't go, you don't know, go on his page. You know what I'm saying? He got the links. You know what I mean? Go check him out, man, for sure, man.
Thank you. So to answer Chit's question, and I just want to say with that last film, rest in peace Bernard Wright, rest in peace Casey Benjamin, two people in that clip that they passed away. But for the Jackie Robinson get to the bag. So with that one, my management came to me and it was like, Fox Sports, they need a project about Jackie Robinson that's never been done before to touch a new audience. So I went into like the direction of the youth, and I remember going on social media. I remember asking like, hey, what if you got children, like what sports players do your children like that, and why? And everything just started looking like it was about who was richest and flashiest. So I started looking into Jackie Robinson's money, and like Jackie Robinson was getting to the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like he was all these different ways to get to the bag, and I found out that he opened up a bank. You know, he opened up 2 banks. Right after retirement, he retired early, and so I told him that I want to do a film about Jackie Robinson that is not about baseball, that is not about the color barrier. You know, I think we different ages, but we all in the same, you know, thing. We remember the Black History Month calendar where they had like, you know, Jackie Robinson and Matthew Henson and they all that. Like, I okay, thank you. You know, salute to all that. So I wanted to make something that the youth wouldn't pass by like I might have passed by about Jackie Robinson and show how he was not like people might call him Uncle Tom or something like that, but how he actually had a lot of revolutionary principles and things that was hidden about him, and how much he did for the Black community outside of the baseball thing. And they liked the idea, and I said, because I don't like too much narration, I was like, all right, we gotta do it with hip hop. So Skyzoo is a very good friend of mine, and Skyzoo is also a ghostwriter for a lot of big names. And so I was like, all right, boom, what if I get Skyzoo to rap in the person of Jackie Robinson? So Sky gave me like 4 songs in the person of Jackie Robinson telling his own story, and which it hasn't been done, you know, before. You know, I think it was a good idea, and he smoked it. And with that, I was like, how else could I bring it more to the people? So I used to be a baseball coach, so I brought some of my former kids in it. So we have like the kids who are now teenagers reacting to different news about Jackie Robinson real time, because at that point, like reaction videos was a big thing, and I like reaction videos myself. So we got that. A lot of kids in my documentary, the teenagers, pardon me, are the experts as well. You know what I mean? In the whole thing. And with that, you know, we had to go and to is it Tilden or Clarkson? In the 50s, where Jackie Robinson lived before he moved to Connecticut, we had to go in front of that crib, represent for the hood. Went to my, you know, where I'm from. I ain't say the block. It was in the 30s though. You know, just to bring the cameras out, whatever, into my street. I'm from a back block. It's one you know, a one-way street, pretty narrow, and people was like stopping and looking to bring it to my hood. That meant a lot to me. You know what I mean? Just to what's going on here? You know what I mean? So now my also had to bring it to Ebbsfield. You know what I'm saying? Because we love Ebbsfield. We don't get into politics, but we love Ebbsfield, right? So and you know, meet in Dark next door to Ebbsfield at Medgar Evers College. So a lot of us we just like, oh, you gonna put a project right here? We gonna be right there. So able to you know, hire people from there. I got my man Funk, you know, my man Syfe helped me out with, you know, getting inside and getting on a rooftop and stuff like that, getting location permits signed and everything. And I told him like, hey, we're gonna do Jackie Robinson. We gotta bring it to Ebbsfield. We gotta show them like what Ebbsfield is nowadays. This is where you can still see home plate, right? And so we got the drones. We got the drones to go Sullivan, McKeever, Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? It's like showing put on for the hood. And so now people who might not have known, who live in that area, or the greatness that original the greatness of that place, you know what I mean? I feel like just bringing that glory back to where we from. So it's always going to be about how could I find a way to bring the glory back. You know what I mean? Because it ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a glorious business and shit. But if I could take the glory out of it and bring it back to the hood, so that was very important. And then lastly, that got me the opportunity to write a screenplay for the Jackie Robinson Museum over on Barrack Street, and I'm proud of that. So you know,
that's what's up. That's what's up.
And it's what Jackie Robinson, it was what he wanted. He wanted to tell that story. Because he had a movie out about him in 1950 when he was alive. He starred in it. And he was bad, you know, like that. Like Jackie Robinson.
I think I did see a movie with him in it, and it be bugging me out because I'd be like, yo, that's Jackie Robinson, but he's playing in the Jackie Robinson joint. It is a documentary like that out with a movie, black and white.
Yeah, black and white. Before Jordan played in Space Jam, like Jackie Robinson, he did a lot that other sports players never did before, and this just kind of some of them doing now. Like he retired early. They wanted to trade him to the Giants, in Polo Grounds. He said, nah. He retired early, but he sold the news of his retirement. Like, so everyone found out through a magazine. He sold it. Like, you know what I mean? That you got to pay me for that. Like, that's like you would say LeBron levels type of thing. So he was an ill dude, and when he wrote his book, he wanted to put more political stuff, financial stuff in it, but it's like, nah, keep it to the baseball. So I sit in peace knowing that I told the story that he wanted people to know, not just about me playing baseball. You know what I mean? Because he was so much greater than that, and I never knew that. But now, you know, I know. So
I'm learning a lot of
watch
stuff
that.
right now. Like that.
Yeah, man. Y'all can watch that joint. That's on YouTube and Tubi and
Let me
and
see.
FS1 sometimes.
Well, you know how we do. You know, give them a little
YouTube,
promo.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me wet they whistle a little bit. That's that Jackie Robinson joint. Get to the bag. You know what I mean? Go stream that.
Our cameras visit Ebbetsfield, Brooklyn.
There you go.
Becky connects for a home run.
We all know the story of how Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in baseball.
Jackie wallops a home run into the lower left field stand.
What he was able to accomplish on the field.
Robinson led the Dodgers to a pennant in his rookie year.
He was the National League's most valuable player. This is the story of Jackie Robinson that you don't know. Take it upon myself to speak on my unspokens. For every barrier set and the ones broken. Ebbetsfield uniform, made it where my home is. Where the unthinkable went from the unnoticed to every eye in this country channeling one focus. Sight set on me, but let me breathe deep enough to put my anger in a bottle. Smile at your disgust just to repeat it tomorrow. And Ricky told me, Jackie, you just turned the other cheek. God gave you two for a reason. As much as I believe them, the red that they turn from these heathens will make a lesser man want to be them. But proudly I walked on this field that they told me I was too dark for. The history of my cleats brought me an encore. And you can't erase history ever. The hate that came with the winds was all sticking together. Still in all, none of that was new to me though. So it could never define me. Truthfully told, the all-star, the MVP, the world champ. I became who they said me and my nappy curls can't. But bet you they didn't see the vision beyond the pennant race. The opportunities I would literally give away. The agendas I always had in the tank. From chock full of nuts to Freedom National Bank. Led some of mine to call me an Uncle Tom capitalist. Pardon me for giving you my advantages. Humbly speaking, I cornered the admiring. Made them pay me just to look at my retirement. 50K then, 500K now for every intended K that I hit into the crowd. A life that became sweet as an afternoon of jazz. Scars on my knuckles from them ceilings made of glass. Rep 42 forever, right?
Pause.
Yo, so I forgot that Skyzoo was actually born in Ebbetsfield and was raised there for a few years. So it was all synergy. And I had Sky because when I left music business and DJing and all that for film, Skyzoo was like the first person to really embrace that. So it's always good to adapt with your friends when your friends want to adapt. And also don't forget the ones that help you with that adaptation. Some people laugh. Everybody didn't believe in the shit, bro. You know what I mean? That I was doing. People wanted me to do. I got a whole lot of the old Victorious would do this and the old Victorious would do that. And you change when this happened and that, da. So with him, I told Skyzoo he will always get the bag from me because it was very, I started in my mid-30s, you know what I'm saying, with film or early 30s, something like that. So it's that shit's scary, you know what I'm saying? It's like oh, what the fuck am I going to do? I don't have a degree like that. It's just like, what I'm going to do. And when people who are in the business, they say, yo, filmmaker, come over here or take my picture and shit like that. That really do a lot for me. So I try to pay that forward, but I never forget. It's like my first joint, I had Life It came out to the joint, Asia, fucking Nuff came to my joint. Shit. Now I got Lennox came to my joint. Damn, I have to say everybody's name. Hey y'all, I can't remember everybody's name that came to the joint. But a lot of the team came to my joint, which is why I won the award. You know what I'm saying? I got the audience award because everybody came through. Rakim came to my joint. Oh man, I'm forgetting the brother's starts with a V. Pardon me. It's a dread. But
Okay.
but the whole point is that you
Dudes
gotta
came out to support, and you know,
you
yeah.
gotta pay it forward. But I really appreciate, because it's one of the reasons why I had to kind of step away from community in the physical sense, because I had to go out and get the glory to bring, you know what I mean? So like, you know, I think one of Chip's words earlier is like, just I don't want to be seen as separate than, you know what I mean? It's just like whatever I could do, whether it be sharing knowledge or say, okay, well, I know one of them is doing this, you know what I mean? And so people could look at that as like bring esteem for everybody who either they want to call their own path, you know what I mean? Kind of like our dog did and Life did with this whole platform. I looked at it like, all right, well, they carved their own path and shit, right? And that's why I had a bone to pick with you. I didn't get on the show for like 3-4 years. I'm like, yo, get me on the show, right? Because I saw it. I saw it. It's like you said, yeah, I'm gonna carve my path, and that's why I'm super proud of you, because we have our we day twos. We ain't day ones, but we day twos. You know,
Yeah. Like I said, I met Victorious way before I met most of these people in the culture, because you know when I came home, like you saying, you had to get to the bag, and y'all saying, you know, you had to leave community sometimes. Sometimes it ain't about leaving; it's about, you know, going off to do what you gotta do for yourself to come back and maybe, you know, bring back some good and help out the brothers when you come back. So that's basically what I did. You know, I had to go to school. I didn't want to be in the streets when I first came home, because it wasn't really clicking like it was when I came home. And you see dudes doing they want to, but is you reading in jail and you understanding what money's about and what things supposed to be being done in your life. You start seeing, okay, I understand y'all getting that little money, but that ain't the money I really want right there. I see it's bigger things, there's more things in life. So that really ain't where I want to go down that path again. Yeah, I did some crazy stuff when I did come home to get to the point that, you know, but you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But I didn't let me say, this is all I'm going to do. This is it. I'm not going to try another avenue. I'm not going to try and get a job somewhere. I'm not going to try and, you know, start a family or find me a good woman that, you know, that could hold me down. So, you know, if I'm falling down in the streets, I could go home and it's a safe haven or something at home. You know, all those little things. So that's what I looked at when I came home. So I went off to college, and that's when I met, you know, a couple brothers like that. You get to meet brothers in the world like that, saying, you know, let me go branch out and go somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with, or my comrades and we unfamiliar with. Went to college and ran into, you know, good brother Victorious and stuff. And me and him was building. He was telling me mad stuff about a crew before they was RLPC and all that. He was telling me there was something else, and there was some people he messed with that wear polo and stuff. But you know me, that wasn't in my space at the time. My space is get this money, do my 1-2. All right, cool. That's your right. All right, everybody wear polo. That's what I'm thinking. Everybody wear polo now. All right, that's cool. Won't. But me not knowing he was going to be affiliated with brothers and sisters that basically became brothers and sisters to me now later on. Word.
What's up? Definitely. I got this one right here is history. This is history, y'all. The Orangeburg Massacre documentary, right? What inspired you to revisit such a critical, overlooked moment in American history?
With that one, so at a certain point of your career, you start doing enough things, and people, they just make the phone calls to you out of nowhere. So with that one, I had a brother named Edmund Washington, who down there, he from Brooklyn, he from Park Slope, and he owns a chain of barbershops down in Charlotte, and then he got something going on in Houston as well. So he had hit me up because he saw Yusuf Hawkins, and he actually funded or helped to fund one of my short films a couple of years ago, a romantic comedy I did called Exit Interview. So we had a little bit of a business relationship, and he funded it because we had product placement. So they also have like hair brushes and stuff like that, you know what I mean, from the barbershop. So we did a little product placement deal, and then he came to me and said he wants to really get fully into the business, and he had heard about the Orangeburg Massacre, and he asked me to produce it for him. And producing the project pretty much means that you have the idea that the director or the writer or whoever has, and you just make shit happen. You just make it happen. Whether it be you hire the crew or you help them develop it, it's your job to make the thing happen. And so that was not my idea. That was something that he brought to me, and I said that's a pretty interesting idea. It's about the state troopers in South Carolina in a small town called Orangeburg, which is maybe about an hour or so away from Columbia and all that. They opened fire on campus. It's a HBCU called South Carolina State. So they had opened fire on students who lit a bonfire. And bonfire, for those who don't know, like it ain't like they were trying to burn nothing up. Bonfire is like the fire, you go around, you might sing songs. This is 1968. You know what I mean? It ain't a Brooklyn thing. We don't do bonfires in Brooklyn. But but I I spent some time in California. That's a big thing. Other places, but down out there is that they were just trying to integrate a bowling alley in town. Because after the Civil Rights Act of 1968, that town still did not desegregate the hospital and the bowling alley. They was like, nah, we ain't doing that. So these students just wanted to protest that on campus. Police came through. They always the play is always someone threw a bottle. They always want to say someone threw a bottle. That's what they always want to say. It's like he had crack on him. They threw a bottle. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's always that excuse. And the officer, I thought I got shot by the bottle. You know how they do. And respectfully to everyone who serves, the community, law enforcement, but they end up shooting the crowd of kids, and they murdered 3 of them, 2 18-year-olds and a 17-year-old, and injured a few more. And it was covered up. It was covered up. For those who study, even like on an amateur or loose basis, civil rights era in the 60s, you'll notice that South Carolina history is never talked about, or almost never talked about. You might get Mississippi's, you get your Georgias, you get your North Carolinas, you get a lot, but you don't get South Carolina because the government was very, very tight with the press. So this happened before the infamous Kent State. This was the first college massacre, but they don't talk about it because, one, the government will have to show that they were complicit in the state-sanctioned murder of these children. And then 2, I mean, it's just black bodies, right? Black bodies aren't that attractive. You can get away with not showing it, show it. Unfortunately, especially in those times. So I'm thankful that my man Ed and my man Terrence got me down with that. We are in production now. We've been doing it for maybe over a year now. Everything out of pocket. You know what I mean? There's no deal for that. And how that process goes, you can do your film one of 2 ways. You can shoot a little bit of it and do a pitch deck and shop it around and see if there's someone who will buy it, like a network that will buy it, or a larger production company that will be in partnership with you, and they'll have like cameras and what do you call it, workforce, staff, and they can and they have relationships with the company, or you could do it yourself from top to the bottom, from knowledge to born, and try to sell it or license it to a company. Or I guess the third one would be you just sell it yourself, right? So back in the day would have been like a DVD, something like that. But nowadays you can sell it direct, video on demand, something like that. So with this project right now,
Where
we
it
just
going now, yeah.
the long haul, and we're doing it ourselves. We at Orangeburg. Look up the Orangeburg Massacre.
Yeah, listen. One of the questions involving that is the survivors, their family members, let's just say, were they hesitant to really deal, you know what I mean? Because that's a crazy time. That's like you said, covered up and all that other stuff. Were they hesitant to really share some things?
No, the families that we've been able to interview so far, they really be thankful that someone's even talking about it, right? Because it's been so hidden. But I would tell you that in the town, it's like the ghost of the town. It's a very small town, Orangeburg, and they got 2 HBCUs in that town. And in South Carolina State University, every year in February, it happened February 8th, if I'm not mistaken. They have like a commemoration for it. So it's always fresh on the mind. Every student has to learn about these 3 people that got killed: Smith, Hammond, Middleton, and they just put like a bust of a statue of their heads on campus. So when we came along, family was like, "All right, let's go ahead and do it." And every now and then the news reporters come. It's like an annual thing, and the kids they do like a little march from campus to the bowling alley. But I never, only for digging for Weldon Irvine, I had a couple of people hit me with the "who are you" and what you want to talk about my friend for. Yusuf Hawkins, definitely we had people. Not the family. The family was like, "Thank you," but it's always the other people. You know what I mean? The people who you would think would not be down with it, they be cool. It be the people who was like, how could you say no when this person's mom said yes or this person's son said yes? So you do find sometimes people just, they feel a certain possession about the topic, but the families, no, families are usually very thankful. So far, knock on wood, but also it's like we not dumb. Like we come how we come. You know what I mean? So they see the personality we come with, they see our warmth, and they see that we're honest and everything. So I can't say it'll be the same result with everybody. You know what I mean? Because you got to come correct now. You got to come correct.
Yeah.
Because there are people might say no to. You just got to come correct. It got to really be in your heart. You know what I mean? Ooh, that's a question.
Now, if you don't mind, we got a few questions from the chat. It's
I don't
people,
mind.
they been pouring a question. We kind of saved them, so I could go back and grab them. One question is, how do you stay grounded and motivated when life challenges seem so overwhelming?
How do I stay grounded? I do hypnosis. I do self-hypnosis. So I also am a hypnotist.
Let them know about that.
Yeah, I'm a hypnotist. So I do some self-hypnosis to ground me. I also have several friends that are able to ground me if I feel like I'm not grounded, or if they know me well enough, I might say something thinking that I'm hiding something, but they know, nah, you ain't grounded. You know what I mean? You ain't, nah, what's up with you? You ain't, what's really, what's really good. So I guess I open that up. I open that up for certain people so they're able to gauge, where I'm at. You know what I mean? Yeah, so those type of things, hypnosis, meditation, that stuff grounds me. I'm not a gym rat, you know what I mean? But when I do go to the gym, exercise, I run, that does also help ground me, like connect with my body, get the blood pumping, all that type of good stuff. Motivation, man, motivation. I be wanting things. And I don't be wanting other things that I have. So I always look at to see where I want to be in life, what I want out of life, and how soon do I want it? How much longer could I live however I'm living now in this particular state? And in my mind, it ends up being like some kind of equation and algorithm. Is like, you gotta get it. I'm motivated because I'm a full-time artist. So when I wasn't, I could have played around a little bit you know what I mean? But I am a full-time artist, and so I'm motivated. But like, oh, my stomach is growling, right? And I don't got nobody. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I got people, but sometimes, you know, as a grown-up without parents, it's like I'm gonna say in that context, I don't got nobody. I can just like who's supposed to feed me or supposed to clothe me or whatever. I've lost it all before. I've lost it all twice. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm motivated not to lose it all again. It ain't gonna happen again. Knock on wood, right? So I'm motivated by just like the things that I see, my imagination for what I see for myself, and I know I watched enough. I watch enough in music industry and film industry and just like in life. I see what it takes to be successful, and I see that the science is about being consistent. And so I'm as motivated by stories that I know of other people that I see. Okay, well, if you don't give up on this thing, then you're gonna bust. You know what I'm saying? And so all that is kind of like what motivates me. I get inspired. Well, I get my energy from as well, just people appreciating the work that I do. And honestly, just like I got stories to tell, and I think everyone does have a story to tell, and I'm just motivated to continue to express myself through that. You know what I mean? I also am a big supporter of therapy. Therapy not for everybody. But I think everyone should consider therapy and say yes and no to it, but it should not be automatic yes or no. And so I'm big on that as well, for when you might need some supplemental help. You know what I mean? So all those things, and then I might throw on some music. You know what I mean? And I keep I got the pain playlist. You know what I'm saying? The pain got I got the Albial and the Sue Surf and all that, and the Millies and all that on there. I keep that for the gym. I don't do that to myself because then I just be in the zone I don't want to be in. You know, it's easy to get into some of these rappers now. They like Albial, but like spitting that gospel. So I can't go too far into Albial mode. You know what I mean? So I carve out time for the pain. I carve out space for the pain, and any of the thoughts that will have me unmotivated, it has a time and place for that. I acknowledge it. It's a hard world out there. It's a hard world, hard business, everything hard. So I acknowledge it. I don't look at it as being weakness. You know what I mean? But I have a place for it, and I know where in my body I feel it, and I push that shit out. You know what I mean? I push that shit out. And yeah, so hope you got something from that fucking answer.
Definitely. Another question is, ask him to explain, and if he do have a SAG card, and how did he get one, and to let the people know who are trying to become an actor.
So I don't have a SAG card. I'm not a working actor. I acted once, but if a person wants a SAG card, you have to be on SAG Productions. So SAG is the Screen Actors Guild. It's a union that basically keeps things fair for actors. So I can talk about the other end of that. My last scripted film was a SAG production. So for me, I had to hit up SAG and be like, hey, SAG, I'm an independent filmmaker. I want to do a SAG thing. And they tell me all the guidelines that I need to have in order for them to give it the yes. Now, anyone who is in my film, they get pretty much credits towards that. So please research everything I'm saying. But as a background actor on a SAG film, it might be a certain amount of days. It might be like 3 days on a SAG film. As a background actor, you can be a principal, which is kind of like a lead or main role in a SAG film. These will all get you your SAG card. Now we have your SAG card. Any other union, though, you know, I know people got their SAG card. They can't work how they want to work sometimes because like you have to work by guidelines of the union. I got people who are in various unions and they can't use their real name, you know what I'm saying? Or they can't like, yo, I wasn't really here. So it's once you get a SAG card, be sure you're sure. But it does help though is that pay scale. The pay scale, the insurance, it helps with that. But your flexibility does get low. So I would say you go to backstage.com or actorsaccess.com, look for some roles, and on the description, it will say if this is a SAG film or not. Most films you might see will not be, but I would say just keep on acting and getting up there, because the other thing with a SAG film, if I'm doing a SAG film, I'm paying a lot of money, or I'm paying more money than I would if it wasn't a SAG film. I'm gonna get some good actors. I ain't
So
finna get somebody who's new. You know what I mean?
so the SAG films basically they basically get funding or something. They having some funding, or because when you say independent,
There are fees involved in making a SAG film. Fees, insurance, there's a lot of things that you got to do to make it a SAG film, because they're protecting their actors. So, I only do SAG films now, but back when I only did like this straight indie, it was cheaper because I could just, yo, Chip, I'm gonna give you like 150, and I'm that's all. Or no, I ain't give you nothing. I can't give you nothing. You know what I mean?
that's what you're saying. I could piece you off this, but give you something on the back end. I could give you this now and give you this on the back end when they get production, when things get okay. That's when you're not SAG. It's, what I mean, you're independent.
You can do with SAG too, but it's just more to work around. And SAG, you have to have a certain amount of insurance. This is, first of all, I love all unions. Okay, we need to have unions.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that before you join the union, just know that there's a certain amount of freedom you have without it, but there also are benefits being in the union. So I mean, I would say just keep on acting or start acting, and don't be afraid to do background acting in SAG films.
So it's kind of like say you working for a company and they got a union and you working for them. Certain companies like we working like in the health field, they don't let you go work with another New York City hospital. You can't go work there and do business with them because you under contract, you got a union. But you can go to one of those the mom and pop, them off-brand hospitals that ain't affiliated with New York State and get a gig in with them. But like you're saying, it may not be as much money as it would be over there in the New York City hospitals. It'd be a little bit lesser or something.
Right. And again, it's a confusing thing. So I mean, Google whatever organized saying, because it is a confusing thing.
Okay, so now I got some content creator questions. Let's see. One is what software do you use to edit? If you don't,
I use Adobe Premiere.
Adobe Premiere. Okay.
Adobe Premiere, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me go into these questions.
Because a lot of people, it's the other one they use. The other one, the
Final Cut Pro,
Final
and
Cut.
Avid.
Yeah.
Okay. Not me. Adobe Premiere.
What's one filmmaking technique beginners can use today to make their videos instantly look more professional?
Okay. All right. Who asked that question?
Elevated me too.
All right. Salute. So a big part of that. So my mentor told me lenses and lighting. That's number one. But if you can't get like the right lens, and you don't have someone to do the lighting for you, I think that what's really important, lens or light aside, even if you have the best lens, you want to make sure that the set design is on point, right? So set design is all the stuff that's in the picture. So when you look at stuff, y'all go turn on the TV or movie, you're not just going to see nobody in like a white room and nothing like that. You're going to see the bookshelf or the black cow. You're going to see different things, right? Set design. Even you, Chip, you got the wreath behind you, that's set design. The logos behind you. You know what I mean? So with that, it's not just objects, it's colors too. So you might be like, it's how you dress clothes, right? You might be like, boom, I'm gonna have the burgundy couch, and the actress, she gonna be wearing the blue, the navy blue. Then I'm gonna have the yellow, whatever. So when you look at it, like, damn, this is beautiful, because you have the wardrobe and the set design is all complementing your vision. So I would say, I don't know if anyone these channels is stranger to it, but play with the colors. It's all about the colors, all about you got to coordinate, right? So that's number one. Have stuff in that frame that looks good and the colors they all match. Don't have nobody come through with no black shirt. They gotta wear something that pops out because the camera likes that, the eye likes that. And also, pro tip, taking photos and filming, get off of the wall. You want something they call depth of field, where it's like you want the background to be not totally fuzzy, but you want it to be like creamy and swirly. Ooh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Pause. He said creamy. Pause.
But no. All right. We're talking about. All right. This thing called, time out. There's a thing called bokeh, BOKEH, right? And it's I'm sweating right now. and they do use creamy and swirly as like, you know what I mean? How to describe that?
Yeah, how to describe that? Yeah.
But it's kind of like boom. It's kind of like how you have when you put your background on blur. It's kind of like that with less blur. So you want that. You want whatever you're filming to stand out. When you're on the wall, you know it's not. It looks flat. You don't want flat. So
yeah, I gotta blur my background some more.
Get off the wall. Get the couch off the wall. Have a distance between yourself or your subject and the wall, and it's already gonna look better. That's what your portrait mode on your phone or cinematic mode essentially is trying to do, trying to bring the subject forward and the background kind of out.
See, like,
some of the things.
I'm playing with mine now. Let me see.
Yeah, something like that. So
there's so many questions. Let me see.
Yeah, what my background?
What are 3 things creators can do to make their phone footage look cinematic?
All right, now we getting the free consultation. We lucky we over here with Supertrife and locked in and PAU, because we don't always do this, say for free. However, I would say, come on, man. I mean, it's a phone, yo. It's a phone. It already got cinematic mode on it, so I can't help you with that one. Cinematic mode, bang, do that. I would say, boom.
Everybody got these phones. They understand. They phone do everything like a camera. If you want to start somewhere, use your phone. You got that phone in your hand.
Yo, man, exactly. I would say maybe do the frame per second is 24 FPS or 24p they call it. It's good. Makes it more cinematic, but cinematic mode. You be all right. You know what I mean? That's one thing you can do. I mean, anything else, you can get like a stabilizer for your phone. It could be either like a physical one that might cost like $20-$30, or you can get the actual motorized joint that you can do like this. It won't move, or be smooth movements. That's 2, because we said we're gonna get people the answers. We got one more answer I'm gonna pull out. Be well lit. Try to do daytime stuff.
Yeah.
Do daytime stuff, or just be well lit. I've done a lot of stuff on cell phone that people won't realize is cell phone. I've done a lot of music videos on cell phone. So yeah. So I would say turn it horizontally, but now I would do that. But now people like the content for the vertical content. So that's a whole nother thing that I can't walk you through that, because that's not really my lane right now. I'm doing that myself, but I would say for now horizontally, because you're gonna want it to be on a laptop or a movie screen. So do it horizontally, and if you know it's going to be only for cell phone or social media, then yeah, you can do it vertically.
No doubt. Man, listen, we appreciate you coming up here and sharing not only your wisdom with us, but building, taking the time to build and give back. Like this, for us, this is a give back. Like you sitting there and educating us on, like, I ain't a lot of this stuff. Now I got to go back and research Jackie Robinson. I had no clue that he retired and bought a bank and all. I didn't know. So now it's good to chop it up with some people and find some things out and expand your knowledge base. For the chat, let me make sure Tiff Take Sassy, Melinda G, Love Child,
Word. Salute to
Me
the
too.
chat, y'all.
Man, listen, Joker, all Epic Pool, like y'all, Herman King, salute, salute, salute. Man, y'all the real MVPs, man, because y'all took the time out to come and show some support and show some love. And Sony, I see you, fam. Definitely appreciate you. Especially if you are a content creator, right? And you want to learn, you know, some of these tricks and tips and all this other stuff, because you want to take your editing to a next level. Reach out to him. Just his information will be in the description of this video on all of the platforms. You can reach out to him and just let him know. Just say, hey, you know, Dark or Chip sent me and da da da. You know,
don't stop here. Tap in with him. You know what I'm saying?
They Dark
Go,
Chips
go
at me,
see
'cause
some
I
of the
be-
films. Go watch the films, man. Like the film. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know, each one teach one and all that other good stuff, man.
What is
Because
it?
we average.
It's Victorious
live.
Creates on IG, right?
Yes, sir. And I'm gonna need y'all to come out.
Creates.
We putting out a film, a scripted joint called The Next Shift. It's set in Jersey City. You won't like it. It's like Juice meets like something. I don't know. But y'all gotta come out to see the film. I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, you gotta get the focus. You gotta get the focus on your lens. You got that bootleg camera. See, you can't have a bootleg camera. You got Victorious. Victorious, let them know you gotta get
making me look bad.
Yeah, you got you gotta get the autofocus camera, dog.
Focus on here. And do it. I gotta play with this new camera here. And do the damn
Victorious Creates.
Hey.
The shit the what's that? The item view. When you supposed to view the item, it's supposed to go up close, it's supposed to focus. But I ain't know what's calendar.
Nah, that's the one from Temu.
Okay.
Man,
I gotta find out
listen,
what
the
button
ones
that
from
is.
Temu don't work, man.
Word.
Not meant to be.
Nah, there's a little button you're supposed to press on the button to make it zoom in and that you be able to focus, see Victorious. But it's Victorious Creates, man. Victorious Creates.
Thank you. You know, it's a pleasure.
Man,
you know,
listen. Is there any projects that you would like to shout out, you know, that you got coming up that you want, you know, us to keep an eye out for, so on and so forth?
So I'm a producer of a film called Sunday Dinner, and it is a reunion documentary about the movie Soul Food from 1997. So we doing that's happening. Don't know when it's gonna come out, but that's happening. Also, again, The Next Shift. Next Shift was directed by my homeboy Audio Ash, and it's starring a brother named Jordan Owens and Matthew Taylor Zuniga. Zuniga. I should have probably asked him how I pronounced his name beforehand, but you know, it's a really, really good film. Really proud of it. That we're gonna do a screening in December, so I'll make sure that you and your audience know when and where to pull up. I think we're gonna be showing it in Brooklyn. We're gonna get a movie theater, and really excited about that. Really excited about The Next Shift.
All right, now for the people who just come into the chat who don't know, if you and Doc could just let everyone know who y'all are, where they can find y'all at, or drop all your information, so on and so forth, it would be a huge help, because a lot of them outside of the culture, a lot of people only know kind of like the YouTube us. They don't know the ins and outs of the culture and so on and so forth. So if you could just let them know who you are, where they can find you at, so on and so forth, it'll be helpful.
So my name is Victorious De Costa, and on Instagram, Victorious Creates, and also Instagram. Someone had a hypnosis question, so Hypnosis Life is where you can find out more information about the hypnosis joint, and on Facebook, if you want to do that, still Victorious De Costa, and yeah, I'm on Threads. I'm not on Twitter, not on X, whatever, but how you get me?
No doubt.
Yeah, like, share, all these type of things.
No, yeah, for sure. Make sure y'all go stream his movies and stuff. Like you said, go to this page and you'll find out what's going on. And find the links to whatever movie, whatever flick you want to see. Because he do got a few indie joints too that we ain't even touch up on. So you know what I mean? He got a catalog, he got a profile, you know what I'm saying? Got a
Yeah.
portfolio going on over there, man. So definitely go check out his work. And that's why I'm so proud, you know, that's why I love it. Just so proud to have a brother that I know that in that world, you know what I mean? It's, you know what I mean? Because a lot of brothers out here that we know that had those dreams, that like, yo, I want to do that, and didn't do it, and sat there and said, and then deterred and went another route. He sat there, you know, stayed focused, stayed on his dean, and said, you know what? I'm gonna leave certain things alone. I'm gonna go over here and do what I gotta do, because I could come back to that and show my love and loyalty and show my respect to the brothers, sisters, whoever when I get back. But I'm no good to them if I'm over there twisted and you know what I mean? What I'm doing. Let me go out, go fish, go get some food, all that, do what I gotta do, go learn some skills, some trades. Then I could come back to the team and like, yo, this what I'm doing over here. This what's up.
And I'd rather show people how to fish, bro. Like I don't. It don't turn me on. People like, oh, do my story. I'd rather all of us do it, or whoever one do it. Like we can all do it. It don't gotta be just be me. That ain't no fun. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, those of you see this after the live broadcast, please don't hit me up with an idea. Well, maybe that it might be a good idea. But I'm gonna say you do it. I'm gonna say you do it. I tell everybody, yo, use my name, throw my name on it, so they feel it's official. But you fucking do it. I gotta do everything. You do it. We go, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm by
Long
myself.
as you definitely put them, because it ain't like you saying, you come to me and say, you do it and that's it. You saying, yo, you could do it because listen, this is how you do it. Go over here, boom, boom, make that, make those connections, and then boom. If you need numbers, just hit me, boom. But like you saying, you don't want to have to be like, oh, I'll be on the footwork and running, because a lot of times, like you probably been in the bond like that doing it, where plans and movies and scripts done fell apart, but you put a lot of work into it that was like unnecessary. So now you have to point out, like, let's okay. If it's worth it, yeah, cool. But if you come and you see that dude want to be a filmmaker, want to go ahead and do it. I'm gonna show you how to jump them little hurdles that I had to jump and run into when I hit, you know what I mean, when I was coming up, and you help the brother or the sister out. So
That's
all
what I mean.
bro.
Dog don't get enough credit for being diplomatic. I meant that. That's what I meant. I didn't mean like you go and do it, get out of here, but I meant that what he said. Yeah, I say it like that from now on, right? You say, wait a minute, player.
Oh man.
Wait a minute, player, not like that. What he means is this. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
help you out, King. I got
so
you.
Dark, for those who don't know, who like we know you. You know, I mean, Dark is Dark. Just
You know
introduce
we're gonna
yourself.
get that full interview that for the catalog for the Are You Locked In for sure.
Yeah, we definitely.
You know,
I definitely need both of y'all brothers in the Are You Locked In magazine. It's a digital magazine that we now host. We have several issues already out, but definitely need to have y'all on this. One is to promote your page and also whatever projects y'all particularly have. And it'll get the people who don't know who we are kind of accoladed to what we're doing on the positive aspect. Because some of us, some of them only know the low life side, you know. So, but Dog, if you can let them know quickly who you are.
Yeah, man, listen, man, they know what it is, man. You know what I mean? Are You Locked In? Peoples, you know what I mean? Supertrife. And y'all know Thasessiontv, the Session TV, baby. You know where it is. That's where you can find me at. Me and the God Life are doing our 1-2 politics as usual on the Session TV. You know what I mean? We just, you know, holding it down, you know what I mean? Showing them, talking about the politics, what's going on. And then you can scroll down there and get some of the history of the culture. You know, that low culture that we, you know, wave the flag and we do our thing for and stuff. But y'all know what it is. It's at DarkyDark5 on IG, at DarkyDark5, you know what I mean, on IG, and then it's Dark and Lala on TikTok. Dark and Lala on TikTok. You know, with wifey doing our 1-2, living life, enjoying life, and celebrating life, man. Y'all know what it is, man. And y'all know where y'all could go get that merch, man. Make sure y'all know www.universallowlives.com. www.universallowlives.com. Get that merch, man. That's what we do. You know what I mean? And man, you know, we got to advertise it. March 21st, 2026, the Low Vest shoot is going down. Come out there. It's for our brothers and sisters we lost and the brothers and sisters that's locked up in the belly of the beast. So you know what it is, man. Come out, show the love and loyalty, and let's pay homage and remember them, and you know, and honor them and how we supposed to, you know what I mean? So that's March 21st, 2026. You know, the location gonna be the same. We're gonna let y'all know everything where that's at, but
The
save the
Garden
date.
House, 1386 St. John's Place, Brooklyn, New York, 11213. We there. We're in the building.
In the building.
I'm definitely gonna be in the building.
I'm gonna be there for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there for sure. And I'm also a DJ. Let them know, dog. When I throw a party.
yeah.
When I DJ, when I throw my parties too, let them know it's a vibe.
Yeah, he definitely had a nice little Jew at the last joint. Nice little vibe and whatnot. So yeah, he definitely DJ Victorious. What is it? DJ Victorious? What is it?
Yeah. I mean, DJ Victorious.
I mean, because he was just up there doing his one too. And it was also that what's that? It was a white girl in there doing her thing too. It was a skinny white lady.
Rev Love. I'm not sure if he identifies as being white, but
okay.
Love,
I mean, she looked like
One Nation Sounds. Nah, she did her thing. My home with Steve Vassell. Yeah, have a little DJ crew and yeah.
Yeah. They was getting busy in there. They was doing their thing. So
anybody who wonders, yes, they were in there. Okay. And it was safe.
It was safe. It was safe. Yeah, it was a cool environment. You know what I mean? And it was in Brooklyn. It's right there on Empire. It was right there on Empire.
Flatbush. It's going to be where it's going to be.
Coming into the holidays, just know, my YouTube family, man, we taking this abroad. I'm going to TikTok. They done messed up and monetized me over there. I'm gonna have reggae hour every. It's gonna be reggae hour on TikTok, and it's going. Listen, I got some dub plates right now that I can't wait to. Where Hustle Man at? Hustle Man, me and Hustle Man, we're gonna have a clash. We have a big sound clash over on TikTok.
Get it in.
We're gonna get it in, man. But man, listen, it's definitely been a great live. We appreciate each and every single one of y'all for pulling up and coming to show love. Victorious, we definitely appreciate your time.
Likewise, thank you,
my brother, man. We got some work to do, man. Because like you said, we coming. There's some things we need kind of put into fruition like ASAP. So
listen, we had somebody on the team to help out in that department too, but messing with Chip, we had to let him go.
Messing with Chip, this individual decided to go AWOL. That's what we call it. Go AWOL. What dishonorary discharge from the military. they ran him up. But
we definitely gonna link up. Like I said, we got you. We gonna work. Don't worry. We gonna get some work in together. You know that.
We got
So what day can I lock you brothers down for y'all? All you locked in magazine interview? Because the people want to know. They asking me. They hit me on the phone. They want to know when can they expect y'all issue to come out.
For me, ASAP.
Okay. See, he got this week, so we gonna go get on this week.
I'm here for that because I seen the episode with the homie with all the tape, the mixtapes and shit. And
okay, yeah.
I said, all right, come on, man. I need to get on. You know what I mean? I want to get on the joint.
You all get back this show with the books you reading. Show some classic albums and stuff.
Yeah, and listen, we will tap to the some of the films. Yeah, we're gonna have a time. It's a whole vibe.
Yeah.
Plus, anytime somebody come up for the All You Locked In magazine, us as the platform, we have a presentation for them. Where we throw some things together for you per se. So
I want things.
It's a blessing. For all of those, happy Thanksgiving, all that other good stuff, man. If we're not live prior to, let me see.
This is Thursday. Thanksgiving is Thursday. We ain't ready to do nothing. Probably do something Wednesday. What's tomorrow? Wednesday. We gonna talk. We gonna have to talk tonight and tomorrow to see we do something on Wednesday. Get live on one. Give them a pre-Thanksgiving show or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, again, for all the individuals that are ill, or if they lost a loved one, or anything of that nature, man, just know that we here with y'all. Y'all legacy will definitely always continue to live on. Preem, what up, fam? We see you. Supreme, another real
Yeah.
good brother, man. You know,
Mhm.
salute to all the individuals that really always come through, man. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. This has been epic. You know, this is a classic one here.
All right, Epi Pooh, good looking, good looking. I mean, subscribe to that Dark and Loud
Yeah,
Live on
whenever
TikTok.
y'all
Word.
listen,
Good looking.
we definitely follow back and subscribe back and watch your content, and you know, each one help one and all that other. Plus, you know, being in film, being accoladed with some of the actors and some of the producers and filmmakers and so on and so forth, it gives your channel the opportunity to you might want to interview or so on and so forth. By all means, reach out. You know, these is to us superstars, but you know, average and ordinary individuals that's willing to help, that's willing to definitely help your platform grow. So let's make it happen, y'all.
No doubt. Word. Salute them.
Dog,
Like you
man,
said,
I
salute to the
appreciate you,
chat,
man.
man.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Listen, you know how we do, you know what I mean? We ULL, baby, you know what I'm saying? We hold each other down no matter what.
Oh shoot, I almost forgot. Y'all tune in to iHeartRadio this Wednesday. Myself and Brother Doc, we were approached by iHeartRadio and we went up there and really did the culture well, per se. I'm honored to have been interviewed by them, per se, and able to share our life story with iHeartRadio. And that's going to premiere this Wednesday between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. I'll drop the exact
Was it the
radio
dope,
link in the podcast and all that
Beat
stuff.
Radio Show?
Absolutely. I almost it slipped my mind, but yeah, shout out to
Big
you know,
Fence.
that good brother, that good Fence. That was definitely a dope situation, man. And we appreciate the alley-oop.
Word.
Y'all stay close, man. We going far, man. We going to the top. I promise y'all.
Yeah, baby. So yeah, you know what it is, man. It's definitely a good one. So y'all know, man. You good, Chip? Good?
Yeah. That's, we were an hour 47 minutes.
So yeah, we about to get on the road. You know, we can keep going. We start building on other stuff, but we
I just seen
good.
the hour. I just seen the hour clock. If I go any long, I'm gonna be on the couch.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Word. I'm right on the couch now. I'm about to pull it out. See, I'm in a different
Absolutely
location in the
not.
stool.
So
Word. But
on
yeah,
that note,
man.
y'all be
Salute
the
to
best
Victorious
you
coming out,
possibly
man.
be. Dog, take us out, man.
Oh man, salute, you know what I mean? Salute to everybody, man. Salute to the chat. Y'all know what it is, man. Yo, make sure y'all go to www.universallowlives.com and get that merch. You know what I mean? Hold it down for the team so that we can keep growing and keep doing what we do. Get that Ralphie's Kids merch. That Ralphie's Kids merch. Oh, you know what I'm saying? You know it's always close by. It's always close by.
Listen, holla
Don't
at
think it
Hustle,
ain't
man,
good.
for your
Pull it out.
your custom
Word.
jewelry pieces, man. These is so fire.
Yeah,
Hustle,
you know.
man. You know, they got the whole
Yeah.
shebang, all custom made pieces out of this world. Also, you know the merch. Indian head is up there. The Ralphie Kids hats. Them
Listen.
Ralphie Kids vests
Go get them. That's it's
is
on
out.
the way, baby. And if y'all better get them now because them pre-orders is almost gone. Them pre-orders almost gone. So y'all better hurry up. You coming when they drop. Y'all gonna be sitting there like, yo, I ain't get it. Listen, it's not. We going moving on to the next. We moving on to the next. Word. But yeah, make sure y'all live life, enjoy life, and celebrate life. Keep doing y'all want to, man. Keep prospering, keep growing, keep molding and doing your thing in life, man, and living life, man. You know, for sure, man.
And on that note, man, we appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Salute.